How to Bully Proof Your Child. This is Scott Conway, PhD, JD with mothersraisingsons.com, and we are talking about bully proofing your child. So this is our third lesson in the series. I'm going to talk about the simplest technique for any child to bully proof themselves is simply to have friends. That one of the things bullies are looking for is that balance of power we mentioned in the definition, is they're looking for easy targets. Members of groups are very difficult targets. And so if your child has friends, if your child has what, we'll call them colleagues for want of a better term, then they're much less likely to be targeted by bullies unless, of course, all their colleagues aren't willing to step up. But here's part of what we do with this. You teach your child, and if you get to know your child's friends, that if there's bullying taking place, if any of you are the targets of bullies, if you even see someone being targeted by a bully, just one of the simple things to do is to step up and tell the bully, kid, that is not okay. That is not cool. It's like, you need to act more grown up than that. You're better than that. Stop it. You're anything to try to encourage the bully to understand you've got a lot of people that do not approve of what you're doing. Because very often you'll have a bully engaging in bullying behaviors. He might have a small cohort of people that kind of think what he's doing is cool. Maybe they're afraid of the bully. Maybe they're kind of on the bully side. And the bully has some social backup. He's getting some social clout. Very often the bully realizes that he's losing power. He's losing influence by engaging in this bullying behavior. That will help extinguish that. Just the act of having a lot of friends, being part of a group of people, helps protect your child. Now, there's a lot of ways to do that. So if your child, of course, is naturally outgoing, they'll have a tendency to make a lot of friends anyway and get to know a lot of people at school, and that will become very natural protection. Another way to do this is organized activities. Whatever the organized activities might be at school, if there's clubs to join, if there's other activities to engage in that a lot of people at school do, it could be a youth group, it could be a Boy Scout troop, it could be a martial arts class. Whatever it is, a lot of kids in your child's school do. If your child is part of that, so your child gets to be known by a group of people that will then be at least their colleagues, if not personal friends, people that they play ball with, people that they go to scouts with, people that they do things with that know who your kid is, that will be then willing to step up and be side by side, shoulder to shoulder with your kid saying, not cool. Then that is one of the most powerful, best defenses against bullies, because it robs the bully of that balance of power that bullies look for, that they want to be in control. They want to have the social power. They want to have the ability to do that. And, of course, you still report. And one of the double advantages, of course, of having friends or even just having the colleague level of friends is when you go to report a bully, now you're reporting with a bunch of witnesses. Now it's not just you against the bully. It's not your word against his word. Now it's you and 2 or 3 and 4 and 5 other people saying, no, this is what I saw. Another thing, when you're with a group of friends and any of your circle of friends, anyone you know, or even, and I teach kids, even if you just see someone be bullied and you don't even know who that other kid is, you still tell someone. You still go tell a teacher, you still tell a principal, you still tell a parent, so that the adults are at least on notice about what's going on. And I remind the kids, maybe there's nothing they can do. But if they don't know about it, there's never anything they could do. When they do know about it, sometimes there's something that they can do. Also for social media. That if your kids understand, if they're on social media and there's cyberbullying going on, or even if it's bullying emails, to also report that as well. And if it's going on in a social situation online somewhere, that if you have the friends and the colleagues, or you see someone else doing something to someone else, feel free to step up and say, not cool. You need to behave better than this. That is not acceptable. And of course, depending upon the level of maturity of your kid, I'm trusting that if your child's on social media, you believe that they're old enough to be able to handle it. And in a lot of these ways, we're trying to empower our children to be able to make decisions. Now, we might find out about it as a parent and want to step up. We still want to encourage our children to tell us about it, even if we see it. So say if I have a parenting rule that says I get a copy of your password so I can see what's going on social media, and that's one of the conditions of you being on social media is I need to have access to your account because you're only, fill in the blank on whatever the age is, and you go in and you find out the bullying is taking place, you still want to encourage your child to tell you what's going on. and then you can coach your child in how to handle that. I'm going to teach some specific techniques on what you teach your child how to protect themselves, and what you teach your child to be able to distance themselves from the feeling, and a little bit on if it's already lodged in, what to do about it then. So this is Scott Conway, PhD, JD with MothersRaisingSons.com, talking about bully-proofing your child.